Are you serious, guys? Are you serious? I'm testing. We're still having some internet issues, but I'm going to do a live YouTube video. How's that? So if you're joining with me right now, we're going to do a YouTube video right now. While I'm going to do it live. Do a YouTube video live. How's that? The outgoing CIA, the head of the CIA, is telling Donald Trump, quote, "It's not about you." Well, I hate to bring up this point to John Brennan, but it is about the Trump administration. And when he was elected because of the swamp, the people elected Donald Trump to be president of the United States. One of the reasons is to drain the swamp. And so, I hate to break the news to the CIA director, but Trump does have a responsibility to take a look at everything. All right. So once again, this is I'm doing a live YouTube video with you that are with me. Outgoing CIA director John Brennan tells Donald Trump, "It's not all about you." Now, the outgoing director of the Central Intelligence Agency, the CIA, John Brennan, has a strong words for President-elect Donald Trump. He says just days after the incoming commander-in-chief compared the U.S. intelligence community to Nazis on a certain specific subject, on the way they were treating him, on this bogus report, this dossier that was total bogus, was total rubbish. Putin says it's rubbish. It was total garbage, and it had on its handprints was all kinds of unbelievable, unconfirmed, and now we know bold-faced lie. It was an absolute piece of garbage of a report. Supposedly, a rogue MI6 special agent from the UK met with a rogue KGB agent from Russia in a hotel room in Prague, Czech Republic, with who? With a guy named Michael Cohen, who's a very close friend of Donald Trump's, and they had a discussion and talked about different types of things as it relates to Russia and the United States and the new Trump administration. We already found out, guys, Michael Cohen has never been to Prague. He's never been to Eastern Europe. And that day that the meeting was supposed to be held in this dossier, he was at USC, at the University of Southern California, at a baseball game that his son plays on, the baseball team at USC. What? So it was garbage. John Brennan, the FBI had looked at the dossier. The CIA had looked at the dossier. Other intelligence agencies had looked at the dossier. They should have slammed this and said, "This is garbage. We can't run with this. We can't even bring this forward." And then fake news CNN ran with it. All right, so John Brennan, a little upset when Trump says, who in the world? It's a circus over there in the intelligence agency, at the NSA and everywhere else. Well, in an interview with Fox News, Chris Wallace said to Brennan, suggested that Trump has much to learn about the dangers facing the country, and said he hopes that the next president will focus less on defending himself from slights on social media and more on the threats of the intelligence community is working to combat. Let me just say this to the CIA director, John Brennan. Trump wasn't upset about social media trashing him. He can handle social media. I mean, he brings a Twitter storm every day to somebody who's, if you punch him, he'll punch back. We already know that's how he operates. He got elected with that type of style. Trump can handle social media. What he can't handle is a report, a dossier brought forward with the blessing of the CIA, the FBI, the NSA, and everybody else on it. That is total garbage. All right? So let's put the facts where they are. You can't, if you're going to be the head, and anyway, a lot of people have been leery about John Brennan, the CIA director. A lot of people. James Clapper, we saw him set and lie right to Congress in a committee about whether or not the NSA taps American phones and saves every NSA, every email and every text message and every comment on a Facebook page. And he sat there and said, no, we don't do that. No, and he rubbed his head and said, not intentionally, which we know was a bold-faced lie to Congress. So clap on the Clapper. James Clapper's got to go away. He's leaving. On Friday at noon, no more James Clapper, no more John Brennan. It's time to put someone in charge of the CIA, put somebody in charge of these intelligence agencies, and that's it. Now Brennan wants to make it look like Trump is fighting with all of the subordinates at work in the NSA and in the FBI and the CIA, and that's not true at all. Trump is just changing the head. He is going to replace the head of each agency and then let the culture shift as it goes forward. Anybody knows that. Okay, so the media is really doing a disservice. And oh, by the way, there's 32 congressmen and women now not coming to the inauguration. Can we fire them? Oh, by the way, let's just do this. At least dock their pay Friday. If they don't want to come to inauguration, if they don't want to represent their districts at a historical moment of a peaceful transition of power, then please, somebody take it off their paycheck. Every time a congressman or woman doesn't go to work, they should be deducted their pay. You would start seeing people show up to work more often. Because over here in the real world, that's how it really works. Okay? It's time that we start holding our elected officials accountable. So your side didn't win. You still show up and you still represent the nation. This is a threat to our very democracy. And the CIA director, you're talking about tell Trump to be quiet. If you're the CIA director, you're the last guy that ought to be running your mouth. You're the last individual in this government that should have an opinion about anything because you're working in intelligence. I'm just a country preacher in the cornfields of Indiana. What do I know? I know this. The lower the swamp goes, the slimier the bottom will look. Folks, when this swamp gets low enough, you're going to see a nasty, slimy bottom of the swamp. I'll be back with more current world events and how they relate to Bible prophecy. Don't miss today's show because I'm fired up. Get a cup of coffee. Calm down. It's going to be a powerful program today. I am ready. Are you serious? Are you serious? I'm ready.